While I was working, I was doing my MC stuff. But then I realized
MC?
that, because
Okay.
at some point in time, I knew that is where I was going to still end up, because that is my passion, that is my dream, that is what makes me fulfill, right?
Oh, it had been your passion
that
right
is
from the start, but you
right
went into
from-
aviation.
Yes, you still need some time to, grow yourself, to groom yourself rather, do some
Into-
trainings,
Okay.
and those will be testing times. I know, because when I even left my aviation, the Koboko, where wire me, my brothers, I
What do you mean by
suffer.
Koboko?
Yes, now, because I'm not having a
Sapa?
monthly salary anymore.
Oh, Sapa!
You understand? No, so
Yes.
in my industry we call it Koboko. We go wire
I
you.
started doing business at the age of 16. I
Money,
was selling
money.
noodles
Money,
to my
money.
brother's friends. So I made it one day and they liked it. My brother liked it and he told his friend I cooked it for him. He liked it. My brother's friend was like, "Oh, boy, you can make money from this." I was like, "Really?" That's why my brother's friend carried it on his head and told all their friends in the estate, Onyekachi's sister, bro, Onyekachi, Oma Sonje,
see?
because if you love business, you love business.
Sure, definitely.
But now I am gently moving to the business aspect of data analytics because it's still what I love to do.
Okay, so
Yeah.
is it safe to say that I can't even say you didn't have, is it safe to say that your passion was money?
Your driving force.
Yes.
From day one, yes.
Hello, I welcome you to another interesting episode of Angles and Opinion. And I am Temidayo Akinwande, the media coin. And with me today is...
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ogumbo Michael Akonbi, popularly known as MC Slim T. Good to have you all.
And also we have...
Hi guys, my name is Amarachi Yusuf. I'm a data analyst. Thanks for having me today.
Okay, you heard that.
You heard that?
All right, so today we're talking about something really real. You know how we always do it on this show. We talk about real things, real life, real stuffs. And in the spirit of talking about real life, real stuffs, we're talking about chasing bills. Chasing dreams.
And
Your
bills.
dreams. Chasing bills, chasing dreams. Which one comes first? Either you want to chase your dreams or it is paying bills that it is for you. Well, let me say for me, I started out when I wanted to get into university. I told my father that, Daddy, I want to study theater arts. I remember I was beside his car outside. He just took me out and I said, "What do you want to study?" I can't forget that scene. I told him theater arts. He said, no. Don't do theater arts. Go study mass communication. Then you can now go into acting later. And of course, I did that. I studied mass communication, and while I was in school, of course, I did some few theater arts with Body Show, with Professor Body Show one day on the stage, and gradually I delved into acting.
Okay.
But you see, while I was in school, while I was doing theater arts, I was still selling undies. Pants and bra. Yeah.
Women
Oh,
things.
you did that too.
Of
Women.
course I did too.
Can you imagine?
Women and
So,
money.
And I made a lot of money
I
from
did
it.
too. I did too. I can't begin to, we can't share secrets now.
Oh, no, we
I can't
can't.
begin to say
But
how much I bought those things. And
if you're being
how
honest,
it
it's a
sold.
very, very good business to delve into.
Yes.
Underwear.
Yes,
You would
underwear.
make like 200%
For men too?
profit.
Yes.
For men, anybody, you
Okay.
will make profit.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm thinking about it
So
now.
I did that, and when I finished school, yes, I already had the platform for acting. I got into acting, and gradually I said to myself, because I was coming from Abeokuta to Lagos to attend auditions, to go on set and everything, and it wasn't comfortable. Yeah, I didn't even mind, because I would leave my house 5 a.m., return sometimes 1 o'clock or 2 in the middle of the
Imagine,
night,
yeah.
or sometimes 12, and by 5 a.m. I'm
The
on the
next
road
day.
already, which means that by 4 I'm awake to
Wow.
dress
To
up
prepare.
and because I loved it, I kept doing it. But at some point I had to sit myself down, and I told myself that, Madam, you have to chase money first. You know how it is in the acting industry right now. Get a life, build a business first, then you can now get back into the acting industry, chase your dreams. And that was what worked for me. So let's hear from you.
All right. For me, it's a little bit different from you guys, because okay, after school, everybody chased the white collar job and all. I happen to be an aviator, right? I worked with the aviation industry for 2.5 years. Yeah,
Hmm.
I worked with First
Wow.
Nation
Sounds good.
Airways. I can't forget. Yeah, I was a space controller before
Wow.
leaving. I was recruited as a ticketer, then I grew through the through the
nice.
ranks and became a space controller. And fast forward to like 2.5 years after, I was like, okay, because while I was working, I was doing my MC stuff. But then I realized
MC?
that, yeah, because
Okay.
at some point in time, I knew that is where I was going to still end up, because that is my passion, that is my dream, that is what makes me fulfill, right?
Oh, it had been
Yes,
your passion
that
right
is
from the start, but you
right
went into
from-
aviation.
Yes,
Was it
because
for
I've been
money?
doing. It wasn't for money at all. I've been doing it from school, right? But not, the energy in school wasn't that much, because when I was in school, I thought I was going to go into music, right? So
Okay.
at some point in time, I realized that, okay, maybe music does not like me, or maybe I'm not. So but I knew I was going to be in the entertainment space.
Okay.
At some point in time, I knew I was going to be because I read engineering. People would see me and be like, "What course are you doing in school?" Like, first encounter, I have several people that said that, and I was like, "I'm doing computer engineering." Like, "Aba, you don't know where you do. How they do theater or they do mass communication? What are you doing in engineering?" Engineering was part of what I loved doing too as well. So fast forward to resigning from work and then delving fully into my MC, and I was like, I just thought of it like, okay, it will get to a time, as men, the way we think differs, right? Because I knew this is where I'm still going to end up. This is what I'm still going to end up doing. I have to start early. At some point in time, I just felt like, okay, once I get married, start having children, is it the time that I'll leave this job to switch to this? Because I knew that you still need some time to, grow yourself, to groom yourself rather, do some
Into-
trainings,
Okay.
and those will be testing times. I knew, because when I even left my aviation, the Koboko, where wire me, my brother, I
What do you mean by
suffer.
Koboko?
Yes, now, because I'm not having a
Sapa?
monthly salary anymore.
Oh, Sapa.
You understand? No, so
Yes.
in my industry we call it koboko. Wey go wire you. It's just like when someone is cracking a joke and nobody is laughing. They say,
I
koboko
see.
the koboko
I
don't wire
see.
that guy. You understand?
Okay.
So the sapa that eats me, and it lasted for almost a year, right? But I knew what I was doing at that time. I had to go do some trainings, go for seminars, and I was grooming myself to be better and all that stuff. So while doing that, I just switched into another industry, into photography, because I love photography as well. So I learned photography. I was doing both the two, and here we are today. You understand? So I had to, sacrifice the white collar, the career part to chase the dream, because
So
that was the
you
pain
left
at the time.
The
but I had
bills,
to.
you left the bills,
I had to.
and you chased
Because
your
I
dream
knew
headlong.
that not only myself, if I did drink garri come off for house, nobody go know. But if I have a wife in the house, if I have children, they're not gonna understand that daddy is chasing dream. I have to provide. So I needed
What's
to
your business
sacrifice.
with dreams?
I needed to sacrifice myself at that time to go through the trainings I needed
Yes.
to just and
That
here we
was a
had
wise
today.
decision, though. How
Here we
about
are
you,
today.
Amarachi?
Okay, so for me, I've always loved to do business. I think I started doing business at the age of 16. I was
Money,
selling
money.
noodles
Ooh.
to my brother's friends. So I made it one day and they liked it. My brother liked it and he told his friend I cooked it for him. He liked it. My brother's friend was like, "Oh, boy, you can make money from this." I was like, "Really?" That's why my brother's friend carried it on his head and told all their friends in the estate, Onyekachi's sister, bro, Onyekachi, Oma Sonje, Indomie do. Before I knew, everybody was calling me, want to buy noodles. So from 16, I had started selling noodles from my mom's kitchen. And I progressed to selling underwears just like you. I sold underwears. I made a whole lot of money from it. Then from there, I moved to selling hairs, human hairs. From there, I finally moved to perfumes before I'm not a data analyst. I still sell perfumes by the side
By the
though,
side.
because if you love business, you love business.
Sure, definitely.
But now I am gently moving to the business aspect of data analytics because it's still what I love to do.
Okay, so
Yeah.
is it safe to say that? I can't even say you didn't have. Is it safe to say that your passion was money?
Your driving force.
Yes.
From day one, yes.
So it wasn't probably a career part or anything.
Nope, which is why I switched from different businesses.
Different
Anywhere
I kept on
benefits
going
with
to
money, right?
the business that gave me more money.
More money.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
it was not that, I love selling noodles. No, I love the money noodles brought. Then I love the money hair brought. Then I love
Okay.
the money, you understand where I'm
I get
getting
you.
to.
I
Yeah,
get
so
I
you.
believe at some point in time you were just transitioning
Yeah.
with the fact that people can trust you on this, and if you tell them you are doing something,
Yeah.
and be like, if you can do this, let us trust that
Also
with
do
this
this.
one too. So it was
Yes.
easy for
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
So, well, for some people, I've heard of some people's opinion, and that is to say that you can also drop your opinion on our page.
Yeah.
We would,
Yep.
of course, read it and handle any issue you want us to bring on board here.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right. So, back to what I was saying, some people's opinion, they said they had to chase their dreams first, and then by the side, they started chasing money. Which, of course, like our brother here, it was so tough. He Kobo code.
Yeah, I was Kobo code
there.
alongside. Yeah.
And for some
But
people,
here we
they
are.
said, of course, most people in Nigeria, because of the economic situation in Nigeria here, you ask them, is this what you really love doing? Do you love being a banker? And like, about what? I do not like this work. It's because of money. I want money first, and then we can chase career later. I mean, passion later. And some other people would say, I don't even have the drive for the passion again. I just want to make money. Who's going to feed my family? Do I have the time to now start chasing passion? I will now, okay, now that I'm 40 something years, I will now say, oh, it is passion. I will let passion go and sleep as long as money is coming in. But what's your opinion of that, Amarachi?
Basically, I'll be speaking from my own personal perspective. Let me put it that way. Like I've said, I am mostly money driven. Where the money is at, if I can fall in love with doing the thing that brings me money,
That's your passion.
Exactly. So for me, my passion is making money,
Okay.
getting the money flowing. That's basically my own passion. But what I now realized was, so for instance, I said I sell perfumes. It was strictly perfumes since COVID till last year. But I realized with the way this country is going, and I'm not getting any younger, I'm no longer making money for just myself. I need to start building like a legacy. Like when I want to have kids, is it this perfume money that is going to be sufficient enough for like my kids, my family, for myself?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so the world is transitioning, the world is changing. Where can I transition to alongside all of that?
Okay.
Make the money that I know I can grab from whatever industry this is, and if possible still enjoy doing it. So for me, I'm just fortunate enough that yes, data analytics is one of the big things now,
Happening now, yeah.
and I also love it. It was surprising. I thought it was going to be very hard because I'm not a science student, I was an art student, and I hate calculation till now.
You will calculate.
But what helps me is I understand logic. So I
okay.
think that's what
So it's
helps
easy.
me. Anything kudi, ego, money, like I already understand
Anything
that.
numbers.
Exactly.
Numbers.
Exactly. So,
as a data
so
analyst,
it helps
you deal with
me.
numbers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I deal with numbers, and it just helped me. And for the fact that I have worked, like I've built my business for years, it helped me be able to work with data. Because I also had to like manage data for my business. So for me, it's been a very smooth
landing, yeah.
smooth landing for me.
So how about you, MC?
All right, yeah. But just like what she said, the world is, going towards IT, towards tech.
Yeah.
I intentionally didn't want to mention that I'm a software tester as well, right?
Okay.
I
Okay.
think of
Wow.
So I'm still but I just started anyway. I've not delved into it professionally, but I've done the training and all that stuff. So we just some brush ups and then we are good. Like she said, you have to look into something that you can build capacity on.
Yes.
That can build, future wealth
Yeah.
on, and something that can last longer. And that is where the world is going into now. That is where the world is facing. That's tech. You have to know that. And this thing are something that you can still do while you're doing other things, provided that you are not doing the deeper ones like cloud engineering and all those ones that will take like 48 hours in 24 hours. You understand? Because tech is also technical. We have the technical, we have the management part of tech. You understand? So that is it basically. So it's for me, all these things are what, at the end of the day, sometimes when we chase this money and the passion is not there, I'm a kind of person that I put passion in anything I'm doing anyway. But regardless, there are still some innate, inborn passion that you have, that you feel like if you do not fulfill these things. Like the Bible says, whatever you find, they do with all diligence. And we have been made to understand that we have been given some gifts and talents from God, and we cannot return back without using those things. So that is why you find some people doing some things and they are not getting money at the time, but they are still doing it because they believe that is what gives them happiness, true happiness. You understand? So that is it for me, basically. I am kind of person that I want to, while I am getting money, because this passion now that I'm talking, I am doing MC. Money aspect is coming too. You understand? I literally make in one gig what someone will sit in one office for a whole month in one day. You understand? But it didn't happen all of a sudden.
MC Slinty.
Sorry, should I
please
send
remember
my
to
account
pay your
number?
tithe to my account.
No, I don't joke with that. I don't joke with that.
Number
I don't
to you.
joke with that.
Remember to pay your tithes to my account.
I pay to God
to my
Almighty.
ministry.
I don't joke with that. I pay to God
Please
Almighty.
pay your tithes to my
I
ministry.
pay my tithe to God Almighty.
Tell me that you are Sons
All right,
Nigeria
all right.
Limited.
I'll think about that anyway. I'll think about that. Do you understand? So I literally
Yes.
make what people would sit in a month, still pay transportation for the whole month. I literally make it in a day. You understand? So, but it didn't start that way. I had to go through the Koboko season.
Okay.
That is where training comes in play. That is where consistency
So
comes in play.
for Nigerians that started out with making money because of how things were, some people got married really earlier and all, and they still have this passion. You have someone who is a realtor but has passion for music. So where do you think the person can say, at what point do you think the person should say, I want to begin to build my passion? At what point do you think that should work?
Okay, for me, this is what works for me. This is what I believe, that because I've learned through, I wouldn't call it a mistake, but sometimes you learn, and the greatest teacher is your experience, what you've been through. For me, I believe that when I stopped, the main reason why I stopped, if I was working in another industry, I might not have stopped. Do you understand? Because aviation, at that time, I told you I was a space controller. I was working 6 days out of 7 days.
Okay.
Because I was working for my head office. I'm the space controller. I literally go home with laptops.
Oh.
Because I am the one to be contacted if they need to cancel flight. Even if it's a Sunday, they will call me. I'll cancel it from the laptop. I'm the one to communicate with flights, with the air hostess, the DFOs and all that stuff. You understand? So, but, I realized that I could not switch seamlessly if I don't stop that aviation job. You understand? So that was why I had to stop. If I were to be a banker, I believe maybe I could have been able to balance it, because as a banker, it's very on rare cases that you work during the weekends. And
Some banks do.
Some banks do, but
Not like they open
they
to
rotate
customers. Not like they open to customers.
but they go
weekend.
to the office.
Yes.
Do you understand? But they rotate it. It's not like they go like every 4 weekends in the month.
Sure.
Do you understand? They have a way. So I believe we can always because even that time I was working, if I was to work on a Saturday, I have to speak with some of my colleagues that, okay, let me do, maybe I'll just go and then rush in and rush out or something, or close earlier. I have a way of doing it. But, I could not do that for so long. So I believe that for those people that are switching, if you want to switch, I believe you can find a balance first where you are. I would not advise anyone to stop what you're doing presently and switch.
So you don't chop
Totally.
You will,
Yeah.
you shall,
So
you are gonna be covered.
Sapa will not flog you.
Sapa is gonna be your roommate, because
If you stop.
I cannot overemphasize the kind of Sapa I faced. For someone that has been working and you wake up one day with 150 naira in your pocket,
Oh my God. Okay,
Gary
I
in
can
the
imagine.
house, and I'll drink Gary. And at the time, I was doing, let me even share it. So 2018 was when I resigned from work. 2018, I think that was June 8th, 2018. I resigned from work. So I did a training with Joyce Daniels about MCing and all that stuff. So 2019, the SACPA scaled through, I was still getting some gigs, maybe once in a month, once in 2 months, till December. So 2019, January, I now I enrolled for photography class. It was a friend of mine, but so I had to pay, because if I didn't pay, I won't focus. So I had to pay. You won't believe that I was living in Yanakpaja. I woke up with 150 naira. And from Yanakpaja, I would trek to Abule Egba. The transport fare was 200 naira back and forth. From Yanokpaja, I would trek to Abule Egba and trek back without eating.
Wow.
You understand? Even my friend that was training me who know. But the kind hunger, you know when they are saying talking about saka can be different. This one is real. You are hungry and you are learning, and you are an adult. Not like you are a small. You understand? So this was what I went through. For like in that 2019 was another year that I can never forget in my life. You know, it was tough. But you know, I knew what I was aiming at. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I needed to achieve, and I was doing it.
So you would advise, it's safe to say that you would advise people to not stop what they are doing if there's still a little space you to build their passion, right?
If there's, don't stop what you are doing. Don't think it's different.
And the right time to do that is now. How about you?
But start whatever you need to switch to. Start even from, regardless, any industry you want to do or any passion you want to start from where you are. But don't stop what is bringing money. First, don't stop. Yeah.
So I think for me, the angle I would bring it from trying to buttress your points is everything you've said is right.
Mm-hmm.
But on another angle,
Okay.
I would say you can use your current career to fund your dream.
Definitely. Yeah.
So rather than making a hard stop, I would advise, if it is something that you know you cannot juggle both, that you absolutely have to leave one for the other, make sure you get as much capital.
Stocked.
Just save
for like 2 years that can take you.
Yeah, stay in your career and keep saving up till you know, okay, I think now it's safe enough that even if I chase my dreams and for like a year I'm not making money, at least I have something saved that I can fall back on and manage still.
But how is it? How easy would it be to save in this current economy? Yeah, probably,
my sister,
you know, in those days,
may the good Lord be with you on that one.
In those days, if you're earning like 200k, you're a king as a banker. But now, if you're earning 200k,
now banker you be, you don't be banker again.
Even though you are living in one room and you have generator and you have one car, it is not enough
because of how the economy is.
Yes. So how easy is it to save?
I'll be talking from a theoretical point of view.
All right.
Because I'm not living some people's reality.
Yes.
Yeah,
so the best I can say from my own point of view is just be prudent. It might take a long time. That's why you see people probably in their 50s, they'll just go to law school. You see people's parents or grandparents saying, now I've finished paying children's school fees. I can chase my dreams now. And I believe it's never too late, to chase your dreams, because I don't know if I should say this, but my mom would always say she regrets not. She wanted to be a nurse, but because of starting a family, she left that dream. So, but I feel like it's never too late to go back. If it takes you 10 years to save, if you truly believe that is your dream,
because that is where the true happiness comes from anyway.
And I feel like it's even better that you use your youth to hustle and use your old age to chase your passion and rest.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you want,
for me, with the saving thing, I feel if your job would allow you do some side hustle, please do.
Yes, please.
Because you can't even be rich with a 9 to 5 job. It's not possible. So if just plan yourself. If you're able to plan yourself sometimes when you know that, I can't save, and I know that as a musician I'm going to need money to pay for studio sessions and all of that thing, like the PR advertisements and blah blah blah. So if you know that you need money for this, and you know that your 9 to 5 job would not do this for you, you can pick a side hustle, like sell things online. You don't need to have a shop to sell. There are dropshippers are people who take pictures from other people who have shops, and then they get their goods. They might see wigs of 19,500 and then they add like, no, 25,000 is too much. What happened? And you are like your 2,000 or 3,000 extra so that you can sell quickly. You get that kind of thing.
Osaya on the street.
Exactly.
So you do that, and then you're making you're working, and some other people, they are seeing what is online and they buy from you, they patronize you, get money. So that way you're able to save. And that's not even the time to now say, oh yeah, I have extra money, I want to live extra. No. So if you know that you have a passion, that you know you're not comfortable with what you are doing for your career or job, you can then
money.
save up, just like Amarachi suggested. And to corroborate what Slim T said, plan. Don't allow Sakpa to wire you. Just gradually plan it. And with all that, I know, and we all know, that that passion of yours will eventually become a full-time job.
Yeah, sure.
That is if you're wise with it.
But I have a question.
I didn't want to use that word wise.
Wisdom.
Oh,
No,
okay,
no,
that's
wisdom is
the word.
profitable to that.
If you're wise with it.
Yeah.
Yes, you said you have a
Yeah,
question.
I have a question.
Yes.
So you advised taking up a side hustle.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for people that work like 9 to 5s, how do you think, if for instance they intend to be drop shippers? Because as a drop shipper, you need to be able to still post for
Yeah,
people to
sure.
see that you have these things. So imagine you're a banker now. How would you advise that? Oh, I am working in the bank, but I'm still like posting stuff.
Well, Amarachi, that is where planning yourself comes in.
Yes.
Okay. I do lots of things. I don't work in the bank, but you see this woman sitting here. Maybe I shouldn't talk about this. Well, yeah, let me talk about it because you asked the question. I'm an actor. I'm a presenter. I'm a business person.
Okay.
I'm a screenwriter.
Okay.
I am a producer.
Father,
I
man.
do a whole lot of things. Just like you, wear belle face, wear money day.
Nah,
Yeah, they belle go face.
Exactly. You can do a whole lot of things. It just takes planning.
Planning.
And you see this social media thing, like this my able producer behind the camera here. He taught me something recently. He taught me about scheduling your post on social media.
Yep.
Yeah, you can.
That's where I was going to.
You know you don't have time. Oh, that's where you were going
Yeah.
to. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you can schedule it and then you post. When you are free, do your scheduling, go to bed.
The algorithm will post for you.
And then
on
he
your
does
behalf.
that for you.
Yep.
And you're making money at the end of
So
the
you can
day.
just make out time in a day, like make
One
different
weekend,
posts
yeah.
and just
Put them.
have everything scheduled and
Yeah.
and he posts
Yeah,
on your behalf.
yeah.
So if you arrange yours, if you plan yourself, you'll be able to make your money, you'll be able to save and then chase your passion. Because at the end of the day, if you do not chase your passion,
Your
you
person
might
just
end up
might regret
frustrated.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
you might regret it because you have
But
this at the back of your mind that this is what I
this
want to
is what
achieve with
you
my
want.
life, and then you end up doing something else. Imagine me when I told my dad that, oh, I want to be an actor, and he says, no, you're going into medicine. I will obey. He's the one funding it.
Abi,
But because I didn't like medicine,
The certificate is for
now
you.
I'm liking it because it looks like there's money there. But because I didn't like it, imagine I didn't like it then, and then I went into medicine when I was like in primary 5. I would announce to the church I was going to, then I'm going to become a medical doctor. So
Wow.
imagine my father now insisting that it's that medicine.
that you are
That-
saying.
Yes.
That's where you are going to do.
And I just end up being frustrated. I mean, I could rebel. No. I'm in between being rebellious and not being rebellious.
On the
But
fence.
the only thing
But
is,
there's
I would
belly.
not take nonsense.
There's
So
bell
I might
there.
rebel at the end. No, there's bail there. It's worry.
Jingle bell.
So at the end of the day, in summary, for all the things I've been trying to say is that plan yourself.
Yeah.
If
Planning.
what your passion is about is to save, plan and save. And if it's not to save, you can do your 9 to 5 job, and the remaining time that you have, like rest
Juggle in between.
a few hours and then take time to do other things. I hope I've been able to convince you and not to be confuse you. The rice is better than beans. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
How
So,
about
ladies,
this, Slim T?
ladies and gentlemen, so that's just it. That's just it. You need to plan. You need to be consistent, and you
Yes.
need to be diligent with your planning as well, because at the end of the day, now vision, now that's your gifts. That is what, once you do it, what you can do that you practically don't get too much from it, and then you get this fulfillment that I have achieved something today. That is your passion. So if you feel like that is still something you need to do, then you need to plan. You know where money is coming from. You know that your passion might not bring money immediately, but you need to, strike a balance in between and then sort yourself out. At the end of the day, now money still be cool. Yeah.
All right,
Like
so
Amara
that's it. So that's it on today's show. That's it on Angles and Opinion for this episode. Please remember to subscribe. Hit that
Hello,
icon
you.
there, please.
Eat it now. Now.
You can hear him.
Please.
He asking no.
At the quick verse.
He asking no. He the verse.
At the quick verse.
Please subscribe and comment. We'd like to hear from you. We'd like
Let's
to
hear
hear your
from
feedback.
you.
We'd like to hear what you're about to say. We'd like to hear what your thoughts are. Just like Facebook will say, what are you thinking about?
What are you thinking? Wait, you be winch. Why you want to know my mind?
Why? So please, we'd like to hear
We want to hear
what
from
your
you
thoughts
guys.
are. We'd like to hear your feedback. We'd like to read them. I will be reading personally, and
I will be reading personally too.
Beautiful Amarachi will be reading too,
Definitely.
and Slimty too.
Yes, of
So
course.
thank you for joining us on this episode.
Thank you.
Another time we'll be waiting for you.
Peace
Love
out.
you.
Bye.